than what you went out with.
And we got the best guys in the business. These are the best guys in the business working on his stuff. He's got a great mechanic, a lot of success.
There's a pass right there. That puts Dungey on the podium here tonight at Daytona.
From the LCQ 19th day pick. He was so far out there.
Went off the track in the first turn.
3 second places in a row coming into tonight. Houston, San Diego, and Atlanta, and now maybe a third at Daytona.
Wow. Definitely Rock Hard, Ride Hard candidate, a type of night like this, because, you know, to win the championship, you know, Ricky said many times, you win your championships on your bad nights. This be considered a pretty bad night, the way that it was going. And points as they run right now puts Dungey up into third in points.
How about this? Reed is second in the points as an owner rider. Who would have thought, with everything he had to deal with in this offseason, the number 22, and that's what we're talking about. This track could still reach up and grab one of these guys. We're just past halfway.
9, and these are going to be the toughest 9 that they ride of the day.
Let's show you how Reed put that old 2-2 Motorsports bike up into second. Here he comes around Millsaps.
Oh, Millsaps tries to cut into the inside there and then makes the decision not to take the inside and basically just leaves it wide open. That was odd because he really had him pinched off right there.
Yeah, he did.
If Millsaps can hold on to fourth, he will match his season best, which was a fourth at Houston at Reliance Stadium.
Okay, you see how Reed's bike was jumping around? The back tire jumped up about 2 feet a couple times. That section was all flat when they started the first practice. This was flat.
Look how rough it is before that jump there where Stewart wrecked on. It's like I don't know, it's all cupped out at the base of the jump.
There goes Reed, and then Dungey, that's second and third. Here's fourth place Millsaps. Andrew Short has moved himself up. He is now up to fifth on the KTM.
Another title contender right there, Trey Kennard. That was the section that he went down in when he made the mistake and clipped Dungey.
He's up to 11th, Jeff.
Got Ken Roxon just behind him and Brett Metcalf, Dungey's teammate. Right here we're taking a look at on the 24. Coming down past the start-finish line area. And look at these moguls that they're going through there, those sand whoops.
It's actually changed on timing and scoring. They're now 8th, 9th, and 10th, just behind Brayton and Wyndham running 6th and 7th.
Wow, the track has changed so much, guys. I mean, now I'm starting to go back, think back in the 90s when I was racing here. When you get to halfway point and you're going, are you serious?
Yeah.
you're thinking that the white flags.
Metcalf! Oh, a big that takes down Kennard, and Roxon goes by both.
Oh, that's twice now.
Bloss goes by. Metcalf had a huge wreck just a couple of rounds ago, remember?
And in his heat race, right? That was the same spot. He made a little mistake in his heat race, too. Okay, Kennard,
does not
take
look
a look
too
at
happy.
it. This is all set up by the 24 here, Brett Metcalf. He cross-ruts as he comes over the top of this, right there, saves it, and then loses it, and Kennard just had no way. He was committed in these ruts.
Foot peg. Look at that. Look at his foot peg, Kennard's foot peg. Getting in the back of Brett Metcalf's back.
He's had a couple of big wrecks the last couple of weeks.
Have another issue too.
Yeah, everybody remembers.
Had another one.
Everybody remembers the replay from Atlanta last week where he almost goes over the bars and the whoops and hits the ground and basically bounces off of that little tabletop. Fellow Australian Michael Byrne, there 26, is making his way by.
No problem so far for our race leader. He has caught Nick Way, which means he's lapping up to 15th right now. And guess who is in 16th? That would have been Stewart.
Yeah, and that's a good point about how far he's lapping up, because Ricky, in this situation, when you're dominating the main event, the other guys that aren't having such a good time, you go through the field.
Yeah.
How far did you lap up through here?
I think we lapped up to 4th or 5th one year.
Let's watch Metcalf.
Oh, just that deep sand installs the bike. Oh! You see the official there getting on the jump, signal the guys, watch out, we got a down rider. Look at this, this is the man of the hour right here.
Wow, and he's gaining points.
Yeah, that's it.
As they run right now, he's got 24 over Reed, and it's Stewart that jumps way back to 27 back.
This is like Christmas for this guy right here today.
6 laps remaining here in Daytona. Stewart has battled his way up to 13th. Picking off some positions. We thought, ooh, Villapoto almost got wide and almost picked up a tough block there. We thought he had already lapped Stewart because timing and scoring had showed James back in about 16th, but Jeff, he's actually 13th. So if Villapoto can catch him now, he will be putting a lap on James Stewart.
Yeah, and as Stewart just goes out of your screen there, Stewart had turned that fast lap of a 1:15.5, which was the best by far of all day. Last time around was a 1:23.6, so now Stewart has fallen off the pace, and the effects of these crashes in this main event here is maybe starting to take over because Villapoto now starting to close it up. And it's not easy. There's 5 to go, and Villapoto is getting a little jiggy too.
Yeah.
Right? He still has to manage the toughest part of the race here at Daytona, which is the end.
And look at the last lap. Reed turned a 1:19. Villapoto turned a 1:21. I mean, that's 2 seconds a lap. Obviously, Villapoto has a commanding lead. Probably not giving it his all, just keeping everything in check. But still, anything can happen. We've seen that.
Well, Dungey's tricky night continues here at Daytona, Jeff. Even though he's moved himself up into 3rd, he still had a couple of close calls here.
He certainly has, and this is the same place where his engine let go. Watch right here, he goes down through here, and he cross runs. And watch the bike get sideways. Just makes it in front of that tough block, stays off of the asphalt, which, Ricky, is no fun.
No,
He's been there before.
Yeah, I've been there.
Position.
05. So I was on the other side of the track over there. That wasn't fun.
Here's Dungey still running in 3rd, just in front of Millsap. Short back there in 5th on the factory KTM. And for Andrew Short, a 5th here would tie his season best run as well, a 5th at Houston. So things are pretty good for the factory KTM squad.
No doubt here, getting through these riders are battling out. Look how dirty everyone is. But Ricky, when you were racing Supercross, you ended up on the asphalt. Have you been in the truck? Have you been in the grass?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not where you want to be.
Speaking of Roger DeCoster, who runs that KTM squad, all of his guys are in the top 10 right now. They're running 5th, 8th, and 9th, all 3 bikes here.
Good effort.
Really good run for the KTM guys. Of course, we mentioned Roxon is going to be going back to Europe as we watch Andrew Short on his KTM.
4 laps to go here for Andrew Short, working it. Look at that line cut down there, Ricky. Instead of rolling way around the outside. And then look how deep these lines. Wow. There's Metcalf getting lapped there.
Yeah, he's in 18th right now.
Tough night for Metcalf. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Tell you what, Short's making a run at Millsaps here. And if he could pull that off, that would be his season's best, as we mentioned, for Andrew Short.
I'm watching Stewart. He's in 11th place now.
What a ride.
I mean, it seemed like he was off the side of the track forever for laps and laps and laps, but
yeah,
hey, he's doing damage control. Each point counts, man.
Yeah, and to me, he looked a little dizzy at one point, like when he was trying to remount on the bike, but great effort. But look at this battle
here. It's a good fight here for
I think he's got
position. Short on the 29, Millsaps on the 18. And
nice
Short's
move.
going to get around him and take the spot away from Davey.
That was each rider took a different line through there, through the offset. Those 5 jumps, one went triple-double, other double-triple.
Sure
but right
did.
now, the momentum and all that positive energy is going the way of Andrew Short, and for Millsaps, starting to drop back a little bit right now. This is when the body is hurting, the mind's starting to tell you things that you really shouldn't be listening to, and some thinking errors going on and all that.
That's right.
Strong ride here for Andrew Short.
Man, these guys are searching for the smoothest, fastest line they can. I mean, they're going all over the place, and just there isn't one to be found.
No, there's not a good line out there, I don't think, at this point.
Well, what's great is, here's Ricky designed this whole thing, and he's giggling over here over what all of his buddies are suffering through here tonight. You're just looking at more ways to torture them next year, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I want them to enjoy it, but this track is so rough. I don't care what kind of design you put, it's going to get rough.
Yeah, and that's a great point, because earlier today, the track, everyone was kind of doing the same thing. Qualifying practice, it was all pretty easy. As a rider who's been to Daytona, you know how bad it gets You don't want to start out with a track that is incredibly difficult, because here we are, 2 laps to go in this main event, and this track's brutal.
You could put barrels on each end of this tri-oval area infield, and it would get rough. Look
How
at
about
this.
this? James Stewart into the top 10, getting around Ivan Tedesco. What an incredible run for James Stewart. Hey, we got to give him the Rock Hard Ride Hard award.
I'm telling you, just for remounting it, there he is still doing that.
Still digging.
The
He is going after Mike Alessi. This is for 9th, and that last pass tied Reed and Stewart for 2nd in the points, 24 behind Villapoto. So this is a very important pass for him here. He can salvage 2nd in the points.
Look at Alexi just let him go by.
He got on the brakes and let him by for 9th place.
This is an unbelievable ride. I mean, you go back to 3 laps into the race and where this guy was.
Yeah, and we'll show you right here. An absolutely violent Daytona wreck for James Stewart. Oh.
Well, the bike didn't get into him. He went down hard. The bike went right over him, which he's fortunate about that. But look right here, he's trying to get on the bike. The fender's all bent up. They pushed that down. The Asterisk guy's helping him out. Wow. What an incredible effort.
Does
this guy want to be champion or what?
And there's Villapoto, who still has not lapped James, is right there with him. Stewart now sits 2nd in the points, 23 behind. Ryan Villapoto about to become the first back-to-back winner here at Daytona since Ricky Carmichael in 2002 and 2003.
And what sort of pride thing do you think that is? You think Stewart, he's not going to pull over. There's no way he's going to let Villapoto lap him. He's been driven. You know he's back there.
Well, here's the other thing.
I might have spoke too soon because they're close.
The way things are going here tonight, we're going to have a sweep by brands 2 weeks in a row to these 4 weeks. Honda got Houston and San Diego back-to-back, and now Kawasaki about to get Atlanta and Daytona. We haven't seen that before.
What a great ride for this guy. Just picture perfect. I mean, really executing.
Ryan Villapoto comes to Daytona, back-to-back years. Masters this incredibly challenging course, and Ryan Villapoto has done it again. He wins at Daytona 2 years in a row. The crowd celebrating along with the man on the number 2, who is not only number 1 in the results, but number 1 in the points. Yeah. Villapoto leads the championship.
Wow, that's a good feeling right there, I tell you what. Look at that, another win. And then once again, his win percentage that he has versus starts is startling. This guy wins a lot.
And he did it by 6.5 seconds over Reed.
Which is an incredible ride for Chad Reed. The heat race didn't go so good, but once again, Reed found a way to rebound and, put in a strong ride. 2nd place, going to give him 22 points towards the championship.
Yeah, Reed is 3rd in the points, 24 out. This one very much alive.
Stewart, last rider on the track, still trying to work his way and complete a full 20 laps here at Daytona. I'm telling you, they're at the bottom of your screen.
Here he comes.
He's going to be sore. Okay, but what an incredible ride for both of these riders that are going after the most prestigious title that we have.
I'll tell you what, rocks it across the line. Here comes
Listen
Stewart.
to the crowd. Listen to the crowd.
And he deserves every bit of it.
They do.
He deserved every bit of that, James Stewart, from the crowd, and Villapoto enjoying it as well.